Hey guys, Anthony here at GDC. And GDC, huge video game event, and it brings a lot of other smaller events with it too. Cultural events, parties, art shows. I'm actually at the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art here to see an exhibition called AHHHCADE. It's all about relaxation and cooperation in video games, and there's some amazing stuff here, so let's go check it out.
Here in SFMOMA,
We have Panoramical here. Doug Wilson made a awesome tent thing.
One of the things that we're interested in doing is, challenging the vocabulary of what games are. And
I think it's great getting the public to, these kinds of games too, panoramical, I like to think about games that cats can play or whatever.
So, I think the thing that's interesting about the games that we have here is that there's kind of a continuum between things that use a really recognizable games vocabulary to things that are using the technology of games, but in a context like this, read more as multimedia installations.
I've been working on this kind of weird interactive music, ambient music engine. I only have a few weeks to do this and I don't have much time, so let me just reuse this tech that I already know how to use, the Move controller, and try to do something that would be nice and public and look nice. And so we came up with this idea of this little cave that you would go to, almost like a blanket fortress, which feels kind of goofy and in such a high art museum, but that's kind of the point, where you kind of sneak into this little blanket fortress.
It's a meditation experience. It's designed to take advantage of certain loopholes in the way humans perceive to create a really deep bodily trance experience. But the real difference is the nature of the interactivity. Every aspect of the design is crafted to suck you into this trance experience and shut down your critical thinking. So you just be and celebrate being a perceptual being, because being a perceptual being is pretty awesome in itself, and this is not a game about using your perception to work something out and learn something and grow and kill the boss. It's a game about just experiencing that beingness.
Someone called it a kind of inverse Proteus once. It's like a landscape game, kind of like Proteus, but you, instead of moving around the landscape, you morph the landscape. It's kind of like it's made out of clay or liquid or whatever, just any kind of malleable materials that Fernando wants to make. And then the music's all kind of liquid, like Proteus's music, where you can stir it and stretch it. Not that you can stretch liquid very well.
So the control for this is kind of interesting. Can you tell me a little bit about how you control the landscape and what your plan is? Because I know you guys are going to be releasing this later. Obviously not everybody has these special controllers in their home.
Yeah. So it first started as a prototype with this Core Nano Control, which is this control mixer full of sliders and knobs. And
it's very intimidating, actually, for me, when you have the sliders and the knobs set up. Yeah,
but that's kind of the idea. You approach this interface that looks totally alien, and it's just messing around with it, and that's pretty much the exploration part of the game. It's just tweaking stuff and seeing what it does.
I am very passionate about bringing games to SFMOMA and collaborating with independent game designers, and I'm hoping that this is just the beginning of future collaborations.
Yeah, we have 9 days left on our Kickstarter, and you can go to smarturl.it/SoundSelf to find more about it, or just, look up SoundSelf on the Kickstarter page.
All this stuff is at Die Gute Fabrik.
Yes.
And if people want to keep up with it, where do they find out about it?
We got a website, philpanoramical.com. That's pretty much where everything will be.
So hopefully we're going to see more of this stuff at the SFMOMA in the future. In the meantime, you can follow everything they're doing on their site, as well as Glitch Lab and Baby Castles. Check them out. They also put the show together, and it was amazing. And we've got tons from GDC all week. So be sure you subscribe to youtube.com/Rev3Games.